Hello everyone, welcome to GrowMed. As the exam, the December 2025 session, the date is out, which will be conducted in the January 2026. So for that session, I thought I will be starting the things which are important for you, like providing the must-do topics from all the subjects, providing the images, flashcards, everything. So from now onwards, we will start working on the preparation of the December session. Okay. So. In this video, we will discuss about the anatomy, the repeat topics, the must-know topics, and according to the analysis from the PYQs, I have picked up these topics which were frequently asked in the exam. And anatomy is a topic subject from which like around 15 to 20 questions have been asked, and those questions are repeatedly asked from any topics around the corner. And as anatomy is a very vast subject, so you can't pick up most of the topics and list them out, because anything can be asked from anywhere. So that is why which were asked mostly, those things I have noted here. And one thing to note it down is that in the anatomy, mostly the images are asked. Image based questions are predominantly asked in the exam, like almost 7 to 8 images come from the anatomy itself. So have a very good practice about the images from the anatomy, like the markings of the nerve. I'll tell the examples which kind of questions are asked. Marking of the nerve, like in the recent exam they had marked the greater auricular nerve, and they had asked which nerve is being marked in the question, something like that. And another question was asked on the bone marking, so they can give the x-ray or the image of the any of the part of the body, like the hands, the leg, or the shoulder, and they will ask which bone is marked in the question. This one who were then joints, image based question have been asked. They will mark any of the joint and image. They will ask what is the marked joint present. So markings and the image based questions are a common type asked in the anatomy. So note it down and start your preparation by this method. Okay, then one is about the marking, then the image based questions, then about the another type is the brain. So they'll give cross section of any of the part of the body. They will mark any organ and they will ask what it is. So because in the last January 2024 exam, they had asked the marking of the cut section of the heart, and they had given the marking of the left atrium. So these kind of questions are asked. So be thorough with the markings and the organs and the cross sections and all. Okay, so let's just now slowly discuss about the important topics asked. So see here, nerve injuries and pulses, a must do topic. Surely one question will be coming in the exam, and I will be posting soon the videos regarding this also, like which all nerve injuries you need to read and which all nerve pulses you need to read. Okay, like for example, I'll tell you the radial nerve, the ulnar nerve, the median nerve pulses, the motor and the sensory loss. These are very important, that when there will be injury to the radial nerve, which things will be seen, like motor wrist drop will be seen, and ulnar nerve what all can be seen, those findings. In the detail I will surely post a video. So now this is just an overview to know about which all things you must know. Same wells like palsy. So Bell's palsy is a very important topic. So they'll ask in Bell's palsy, they'll give the features, they'll describe, and they'll ask which motor neuron is involved, upper or lower motor neuron, something like that. Okay, and then nerve and palsy. So next, moving on to the joints. So I have already discussed about the joints. Image based question can be asked. So just simply they can give a joint, explain a joint between two things, and they'll ask what kind of joint it is, or they can give functions of the joint, like the radio-ulnar joint helps in supination and pronation. So this was a PYQ asked. So joints again a very important one. Now brain images, already I have shown that usually what the give the cross section of the brain, and they mark any one structures which are the famous. I'll tell you the putamen, the basal ganglia, the basal ganglia. So these have been asked in the exam. Then the superior sagittal sinus, that was also asked, and they can ask the other marking of the brain, like the cerebellum and all. Okay, so brain imaging, the cross section they will give, and they will mark the particular structures. Cartilage, Again, a very important one. So questions in the neetpg, the questions have been asked on the cartilage, the image based question. So they can ask the questions on the function of the cartilage or the location where it is present and the type of the cartilages. So the hyaline cartilage, how does it appear? Then elastic cartilage, where all it is present, how does it appear? So all these things you must know. The neural tube defects, two famous neural tube defects are the anencephaly. The image based questions are frequently asked on this anencephaly and the what is that lumbosacral defects which are seen, that spina bifida. Okay, so the spina bifida. So the types of the spina bifida, the occulta, then the meningomyelocele, all these things, the famous questions are asked. Image based question can also be asked, so do have a note of all these things. Then type of epiphysis. So we know that there are 4 types of epiphysis. So example are asked on the questions of this epiphysis, that where is this present. Like now see, there are pressure epiphysis, there are traction epiphysis, aberrant epiphysis. So these are the examples, these are the names of types of the epiphysis. So you need to know the definition of these as well as the examples, which is which kind of epiphysis. Then pharyngeal arches, we know that 6 pharyngeal arches, the derivatives of these arches, the arterial derivatives are very important, because they will ask that which artery derives from which pharyngeal arch. The arteries is one important one, and the second one is about the cartilages and the bones. Cartilages, the bones, which are derived from what. Okay, so this one is also very important one. Then the epithelium, so they can give the image of any epithelium, and they can ask, like for example, they was asked the trachea contains which. So it is the pseudo respiratory epithelium, which is the pseudo ciliated stratified, so that one. Then they had asked about the urinary bladder, which is the transitional epithelium. So these were the image based questions asked. Okay, then moving on to, so all these things, the flashcards and the PDF I have shared in my Telegram channel at with the name at GrowMed FMGE1, and the link is given in the description box. So you can join my Telegram channel for the more PDF and the more detailed explanation of these things. And also, if you're planning to buy any subscription for the app like the Prep Ladder or the Cerebellum app, you can use my code HA. So these are my discount code for the each app. You can use these codes to take the app. Okay, so see now, next, anatomical snuff box. So questions are asked on the boundaries of the anatomical snuff box and also the contents of the anatomical snuff box, and what happens if there is a fracture in the wrist around the anatomical snuff box. So there will be injury to some of the structures. So these are also the questions asked, anatomical snuff box. Then moving on to the another important topic, which is a repeat one, gastroschisis. So this was asked in the recent exam, the January 2025 exam, about the gastroschisis and omphalocele. So two abdominal defects in which the abdomen abdomen doesn't go back into its place, because this is a physiological condition, right? Like this abdomen cannot multiply in the body itself, because it needs a lot of space. So it comes out, it herniates outside of the body, where it undergoes this rotation, the clockwise, the anti-clockwise, 270 degrees, like that, and then all these contents are herniated back into the abdomen and the defect is closed. But in some conditions the defects are not closed, so that's why these conditions can be seen, the gastroschisis and the omphalocele. Then moving on to the brain hemorrhages, again a repeat topic. Surely you can expect a question in the December 2025 session also, because this brain image is a, surely one question will be coming from this one. Okay, so this one, the subarachnoid hemorrhage image based question was asked. Okay, then moving on to vertebrae levels, this brain hemorrhage, all the things which you must know, I have discussed in a separate video, so I will be giving it in the description box, so you can watch that full video from the description box and note down all the points. And the vertebrae levels, so the marking of the vertebrae levels, like the trachea stands at which level, the T4, and then about the scapula, the borders of the scapula, where does the inferior angle lie, then other things like where does the esophagus, the esophageal markings, then so all these things are an important one from the vertebral levels. And this flashcard I will be sharing in the group, so for that you can join my group. And esophageal constrictions, here esophageal constrictions questions have been asked at which level, what type of esophageal constrictions. There are 4 constrictions seen, and the questions are asked sometimes in the centimeter, where it is this how, at what distance it is present. Okay, then moving on to the next one, that is the Brown-Sequard syndrome. So questions are also asked on this Brown-Sequard syndrome, that where at what level is the injury present, and what all features, where is the injury present, and where all the, what are the features seen in case of this Brown-Sequard syndrome. And then opening of the diaphragm. So opening, the diaphragm has 3 opening, and also sometimes questions are asked on the congenital, the development of the diaphragm, that from which organs what is developed. So that is also an important one from the diaphragm, which you must know: the aortic opening, the venous opening, and along with this other structures are also passed. So what are those? So these are the important things from the anatomy which you must know, and from this expecting like at least 3 or 4 questions to be coming in the next exam. And along with that, along with these, some other questions are also being asked which are not that much of importance, which have been asked once or twice. Like they will give the image, any image, and image of the palpation of the superior, I'm telling which one that is, the posterior tibial artery, posterior tibial artery. Okay, so this one is given. And then questions are the nerve injuries. See, the questions are asked on the Bell's palsy, I told. Then facial, this cranial nerve 7 only, this one is. Then about the accessory nerve injury, what all will be happening when there is accessory nerve injury, that. And questions was asked on the liver segments. These were all just asked once, so not of that much importance, but what if they can be asked again? So that's why I am just telling you what all questions were asked. Okay, then sometimes questions are asked on the muscles insertion. So the important muscles and the insertion, that also if you read in detail, that one is better. Then another important topic is about the Trendelenburg sign. That is also an important one. Okay, then foreign body lodged in the esophagus or the trachea. This will be coming in integration with the surgery, and about integration with the ENT also. Okay, then so yes, these were the repeat topics which are asked. So I think that's all in this video, and in the next video I will be sharing the important topics related to each subject wise important topics, so that quickly you'll have an idea to focus on the topics which are of most important ones. Okay, so I've briefly discussed about what all you must read from which all topics. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the video, share it with your friends, comment below, and if you're new to GrowMed, subscribe to GrowMed. So share this video, let this video reach to the FMG aspirants who are attempting the next December exam, so that it will be useful to everyone who are attempting the exam, and you can have your preparation in a quite easy and funful manner. Okay, so thank you so much once again. I am Dr. Padmini, your mentor for the FMGE. If you have any queries regarding the FMG, so you can DM me in the Telegram. The link will be given in the description box. Thank you so much guys once again. All the best for the exam. Bye bye.